Hi, everyone, and welcome back. We are here with the amazing and fabulous Kat Mitchell and another Gather Community Creator Spotlight video. Kat has been with our community for a while and recently joined up with the Creator Group. And so we're here to highlight her business and her wonderfulness and herself. And so Kat's company is called Path to Discovery Coaching. And if you've been here with us for a while, you've seen Kat on our different events, and she's done things like meditation and kind of mindset thought process stuff. And what I know is that Kat's business has been going through an evolution these last couple of years, which is what prompted her to join us here as a creator now that she's an international speaker. And so Kat, give everyone the latest and greatest on who you are, where you are, who you're serving, and what you're doing in your business these days.
Who I am and where I am. I love coaching. That is the one thing I know. I am in the foothills of Auburn, California, and waiting to see if there's thunderstorms today. But much like with weather and life, you never know what's going to happen. I have been living in the caregiving space since 2015, and as life has transitioned me out of corporate and into this path of coaching, I now work with caregivers because I'm familiar with it. It's something that is near and dear to my heart because so many caregivers struggle with that self-care, self-love, and pouring all their heart and soul into their caregiving and not leaving enough heart and soul for themselves. But part of that transformation that Tracy alluded to was I also work with kids. So it's kind of a caregivers and kiddos path for me right now.
Yeah, I love that.
Caregivers often have kids, and the kids, struggle because mom and dad are taking care of other family members and not having the focus on the kiddos, and they're struggling with self-esteem, confidence. Maybe there's some struggles in school or, some challenges at home with siblings. And so I get to, explore opportunities with kids that are 6 to 12 and have fun with that as a certified kid coach, in addition to being a certified life coach, and all that exploration and just smile for people.
Okay, so let me recap for this for myself. So so my story, obviously I am a mom. Anyone who knows me knows I have teenagers. Obviously they were 6 to 12 at one point in our lives, in all of our lives. And I also have been a caregiver. I took care of my first husband while he was sick, while I was having both of the kids. So there's definitely that time period of you've got kids to take care of, you've got a spouse, or whether it's a spouse or a parent or a sibling or whoever that you're also taking care of. And I don't know about your clients, but for me, that is like the foggiest time of my life. Like it was really hard to even grasp everything. Like I couldn't, I don't know, even know how to describe it. It was so like fuzzy. The memory is totally fuzzy, but how am I going to do this when I have to do this? And how am I going to do this when these guys they don't have anyone else but me, right? How can I take care of this person when I've got these little kids? And how can I take care of these little kids, but I have to be over here because there's a medical need or a safety need or whatever. So what a huge value to help someone like that, like I was, to figure out, we say how to balance it all, but really it's how to allow yourself grace in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm blessed in the fact that I get to have that time for my business and for me, because I have my brothers who step in when I'm not available for caregiving, but I'm 4 doors down. So in essence, I'm always available if needed, but I don't always have to be there on demand.
Right. So you're like available, but not on in a given.
Right. So it's asking for help and being able to receive the help. And I was a caregiver when my brother was healing from a stroke. I was his caregiver. So, as life has opened doors and closed other doors, I'm very fortunate in that area. And then also, as a kind of side thing, is I was never a parent except to pets, but I've always had young kids. I don't know. I love being around kids. I love telling stories, and I get to coach through stories and puppets, which is fun. Yeah.
I love that.
And, I'm kind of it sounds weird, but I'm kind of a second mom for a 7-year-old. And so I spend a lot of time with him, helping him on his journey, as he lost his mom when he was 2.
Mm.
He's living with his Nina, and he has a form of muscular dystrophy that has him with a lot of medical appointments. So he had his challenges and his bullying. But, having the experience of coaching him and just seeing him, filled with joy and laughter and fun and getting straight A's in school,
Oh.
it's a blessing. It's just a
Yeah.
blessing.
Oh, wonderful. So, wow. So you're talking about special needs kids who have families that are in, what's the right word? We'll say non-typical, right? Non-typical family slash parenting slash guardianship situations. And then you're also, of course, talking about adults who are either have these kids or associated with them. What about like even teachers who are trying to figure out how to best work with students who are having challenges? That would be another like amazing opportunity for them to have your experience. That sounds amazing too.
Yeah, there's a lot of doors that could potentially open, but again, I also focus on making sure that I'm managing my time in a way that is healthy for me.
You mean you don't have time to help every single person on the planet because everyone needs that help? Oh, I get it. No.
My magic wand does not work that well, So I still work on managing my time and making sure that I'm taking care of me,
Yeah.
in the process of, being there.
Well, and you are someone who's helping to take care of that kid, that your bonus kiddo, and you are someone who is still in a caregiving role, albeit not as much
Absolutely.
as when he was first recovering from the stroke, your brother. But, there's always still challenges. There's a long-term recovery. And, yeah, that's, we often help others through the experiences that we have, we'll say, triumphed through, or at least progressed through. I know that that's a big part of how I got started in coaching too. And so that's such a gift for you to be able to say, I've been there.
Yeah, and
And
my
this
mom
is
has
what we did.
Yeah, my mom has Alzheimer's. That's another thing. So I'm
Right.
there. I try and have dinner with her every night. I'm there getting her out of the house every weekend. So every Saturday and Sunday is a new adventure
Yeah.
of exploration, because that shiny new object is appealing for somebody who, 5 minutes later may not even realize that they did something fun and exciting. But in
Yeah.
the moment,
In the moment, gosh, it must be a really
make her
a big
smile.
gift in learning how to be present.
Mhm.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I love that. And so you're working primarily online, people anywhere, they could live anywhere. You're working on Zoom with your clients all around the country.
On Zoom with my clients all around the country. I do get to spend quality in-person time, with my little 7-year-old bonus
Right.
kiddo.
Right. But
And
he's local to you.
yeah, I'm open to doing that if it's local, but
Right.
everything is on Zoom.
Yeah. Well, you're up there a ways. There's local to Auburn is not a lot. It's lovely. But but it's not that far from Sacramento, Roseville, that kind of area as well.
Right.
And I know you do make it down to the Bay Area now and then, because we've seen each other in person a handful of times. Um, but mostly on Zoom, which is great because like me, right? We're all around the country and into Canada. You can, help regardless, as long as the time zones work out, it doesn't matter where people live.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And so so primarily one-on-one. Are you doing any group work right now? Or I know that you're looking for speaking opportunities as well. We'll put that out there in the universe.
Yes, I am looking into doing a self-talk program coming up. It is actually using one of the stories that I work with my kids
Uh-huh.
that I can, do a workshop on to help others understand what the stories are like. And
Nice.
everybody needs a little coaching on self-talk. So
Yes.
that will be coming up in the near future, maybe next month. And
Awesome. Well, in
then,
this video, it's early June right now. This will probably go out within the next month or so, but this is going to live on out in the world for
that's
perpetuity,
true.
right?
Yeah,
So in the short term, you're planning to do that, and in the long term, who knows how that'll evolve, but that sounds great.
right. And then groups, I have a lot of things swimming up here. Group programs that would be beneficial and
Yeah,
run with. So,
awesome.
I want my thoughts that are swimming up in my head right now are building a community that allows caregivers that community of getting together and bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yeah, great.
Because a lot of caregivers lose that community connection when
Yep,
they're so focused on you know, who
right.
who
Well,
their focus is actually on in their family.
absolutely. I mean, the mental energy it takes to do that, to do caregiving work, removes you from the energy to go and connect with other people. Like, it's very isolating.
Mhm,
And I know with my husband, it was like very much, we kept always said it was like me and him against the world kind of thing, right?
mhm,
And what did that do? Well, that completely eliminated regular conversations with anyone else,
mhm,
other than going to work and doing my job. There was very small, there was a very small community reach other than him and me doing our thing. So that's a huge value. And, I know that it'll be a struggle to get people to be like, yes, let me join this, because for the exact reason why they need it.
mhm.
So I can't wait to get to support you in creating that community. That'll be wonderful. Great. Well, so we're talking about workshop, we're talking about speaking, we're talking about the future. And like, any final thoughts that you want to share? Like, if people are thinking, I'm a caregiver, like, I don't know I don't know what I need. That's a big thing, right? They don't know how you can help. I remember that so well. Let me know how I can help you. I'm just like, I don't know what kind of help that I need. I'm exhausted. I can't even like think about what I'm gonna,
Yeah.
probably wear clothes today, that kind of thing. It's so exhausting. So when people are like, I don't know how, but I know I need this, but I don't know how to do it, what should we tell them?
Well, I think the first thing to look at is exactly what you just said, is a lot of caregivers are exhausted. They've, you know, depleted the energy
Depleted, yes.
tank, so they're running down the freeway on empty, which
Yeah,
does not work very well.
right.
And
Not for long.
there's that little tiny spark inside that says, I just want to be able to get out. I want to take care of me. I want to, you know, put on a face
I
and
just need a
smile
break.
and experience joy. So it's really, what are those first steps
Yeah,
to help find that joy within? Because when we're filling our tank with that joy, then we're able to spread that to
yes.
the others that are around us.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, I think that this is going to be amazing. I'm super excited for you being with us, for your expansion of not only caregivers, but also kiddos and people who have both in their lives. And I think that this is going to be a really, I was going to say like the initial thing I was going to say was like really success for you, but that's not what it's about. It's about the impact.
Mhm.
that you are hoping to have with the people that you get to serve. And that I can just see it. I can see that that impact is going to be, doesn't even have to be a lot of people for it to be a huge impact. And then we'll get to more people, and then we'll get to more people, right? Mm,
Yep. Baby steps. We're
yeah.
all taking baby steps in life.
Well, and if people are excited to be like, okay, I'm ready to ask for help, which is hard. It's hard to ask for help. It's sometimes easier to ask for help and harder to receive the help that you ask for, because, we ask, but then we're like, yeah, but I'm not really ready to say yes to that person helping me. So if you're watching this, people out there in the world, and you need Kat because you know that you need help and you don't know where to start, let's have a conversation. That's what she's here for. And that is what she wants to do to help you and have her impact on the world.
Yeah. Conversations don't cost anything, just a small amount of time to,
To
chat.
maybe give you a chance to take a better breath the next day.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
maybe a little more smile, a little more joy.
Mhm.
Love it. Well, Kat, anything else you want to cover? Any last final thoughts before we end today?
No, I think that was good. And I just wanted to share a little love for the world.
Yay! Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you could spend the time today for this spotlight. We're going to make sure that you have it to share with your world, and we're going to share it with our world so that more people can learn about you and what you do and how you're ready to have impact on all those caregivers and kiddos.
Awesome. Thank
All
you so
right.
much, Lucy.
Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.